Shivu was a simple, hard-working man whose life revolved around his family. For the past 7 years, he had devoted himself to ensuring the well-being of his son Aryan and his little daughter Sanvi. Despite having a modest income, Shivu had managed to provide them with a good life. He enrolled them in a highly respected school, even though it meant working extra hours to cover the expenses. His love for his children and his wife, Janvi, was boundless. Every Sunday, he made it a point to take his family on one-day trips to nearby places, creating cherished memories of laughter and togetherness. But life, as it often does, threw a curveball at Shivu. One day, his workplace handed him a notice stating that he and a few others were to be laid off due to the company's declining profits. The news struck him like a thunderbolt. Shivu couldn't bear the thought of his family suffering, so he and Janvi decided to keep the news from Aryan and Sanvi. However, late one night, Aryan overheard their hushed conversation. The news shattered the 12-year-old who idolized his father. Unable to keep it to himself, Aryan shared what he had heard with his younger sister, Sanvi, who was only 9 years old. The siblings were heartbroken but determined to help their father. Aryan, having recently learned how to use a computer, came up with an idea. He decided to prepare a slideshow showcasing his father's dedication, discipline, and sacrifices for the company. Aryan and Sanvi stayed up late, compiling everything they could find. They added statistics to show how Shivu's hard work had contributed to the company's success over the years. They even did a bit of research, discovering that the company's declining profits were not due to employees like their father, but because of a poorly planned expansion into another country. The next morning, instead of going to school, Aryan and Sanvi decided to visit their father's office. They knew Shivu wouldn't arrive until noon, so they got there early. With nervous hearts but resolute minds, they entered the building. Shivu's boss, Prithvi, a kind but conflicted man, noticed the two children and approached them curiously. "Who are you, and why are you here?" he asked gently. Aryan, with surprising confidence, replied, "Sir, we need to talk to you. It's very important, and it will only take 10 minutes. Intrigued, Prithvi invited them into his cabin. He was already hesitant about laying off Shivu and the others, but felt pressured by the higher-ups. Aryan connected his father's laptop and began the slideshow. As the slides played, Aryan spoke with a maturity beyond his years, explaining how his father had been a loyal and disciplined employee for many years. He highlighted how Shivu had consistently gone above and beyond to ensure the company's success. "Sir," Aryan said, his voice steady, "my father works tirelessly, not just for our family but for this company. He's been here through thick and thin. The decline in profits isn't because of him or his team. It's because of the decision to launch a new branch without proper research. My sister and I found these records online." Sanvi, her big eyes filled with determination, chimed in, "Please don't let my father lose his job. He loves this company, and he's worked so hard for it." Prithvi was deeply moved. He could see the truth in their words and was impressed by their courage and love for their father. Meanwhile, Shivu had arrived at the office and was frantic upon realizing his laptop was missing. He confided in his colleagues, who teased him, saying, "Don't worry, Shivu. Two VIPs are currently in the boss's cabin, discussing your future." Confused and anxious, Shivu tried to enter the cabin, but his colleagues held him back, urging him to wait. Moments later, the cabin door opened, and Prithvi stepped out with Aryan and Sanvi by his side. The boss had a smile on his face, and his eyes were filled with admiration. "Shivu," Prithvi said, "you've raised remarkable children. They've shown me what an incredible asset you are to this company. I've decided not to let you or your team go. Instead, I'll be presenting a report to the higher authorities about the real reasons behind our losses. You have nothing to worry about." Shivu was speechless. He looked at Aryan and Sanvi, who beamed with pride. Overwhelmed, he pulled them into a tight hug. "Why did you do this?" he asked, his voice choked with emotion. Aryan replied, You've done so much for us, Appa. This was the least we could do for you. When the family returned home that evening, Shivu recounted the entire incident to Janvi. She was stunned but couldn't hold back her tears of joy. Our children are truly special, she said, hugging them tightly. To celebrate, Shivu asked Aryan and Sanvi what gifts they wanted. Aryan, with a sparkle in his eyes, said, I want a laptop so I can learn coding. Sanvi giggled and added, I want a ton of comic books. Shivu and Janvi laughed, their hearts swelling with love and pride. Life returned to normal, but the bond within the family grew even stronger. Shivu's children had not only saved his job, but had also taught him the power of love, determination, and unity. And so, the little family continued their journey, facing life's challenges together with unwavering support and endless love.